financial slavery is a bitch because it doesn't let you think. That's the whole point. Don't give you time to think.
All aboard the pirate ship, FOMO ain't no bite of it. Cause if you like your privacy, then don't get down with XRP. Get down with the alchemy, gotta get down with the alchemy. Pirate chain and sell the sea like a crypto vigilante. Get down with the alchemy, gotta get down with the alchemy. Pirate chain and sell the sea like a crypto vigilante. Have you ever seen a pirate sailing under stormy skies? Have you ever seen a pirate sailing under stormy skies? Have you ever seen a pirate sailing under stormy skies? Have you ever seen a pirate sailing under stormy skies? If you like your privacy and want to keep your riches, all aboard the pirate ship for tacos and some kisses. Get down with the alchemy, you gotta get down with the alchemy. Pirate chain and sell the sea like a crypto vigilante. Get down with the alchemy, you gotta get down with the alchemy. Pirate chain and sell the sea like a crypto vigilante.
Om Shanti Shanti, Om Shanti Shanti.
Have you ever seen a pirate sailing under stormy skies? Have you ever seen a pirate sailing under stormy skies? Have you ever seen a pirate sailing under stormy skies? Have you ever seen a pirate sailing under stormy skies? Have you ever seen a
Hello and welcome to Pirate Weekly. This is your host Lootz and many other hosts today we have. We have everybody welcome Grey Wolf from Polarity. Is the encore. And we have Cax, of course. I guess what we'll call him our technical engineer, audio technical engineer. And in a little bit, we're going to have a special guest. And he's actually asking me right now, is it now? And give me 1 second, guys. All right, so he's on his way. So we have a new NFT platform that we're going to have somebody from the community come on and introduce to you. It's coming from Komodo, so NFT looks like they're getting into the. Komodo is getting into the NFT game. So anything Komodo makes should be pretty interesting. And you guys take every interview we do here, guys. You guys got to take it with the grain of salt, right? I mean, this is just for you to listen to the people, and make up your, come up with questions. At the end of the show, we urge you to ask questions. So please. Ask your questions now or forever hold your pieces of 8. So, all right, guys. Grey Wolf, welcome to the show. Everybody, if you don't know Grey Wolf, he is our our probably one of the best exchanges we have at the moment, due to its the fact that you hold your own keys. It's non-custodial, and he's been really vigilant in decentralizing the technology. And there are a lot of people, they'll say, oh, it's not decentralized from the order book level, and it's not this and it's not that. But you guys got to give it time to grow, right? So not everything is fully decentralized off the bat. And if you just take Shapeshift as an example, they went fully decentralized, right? But they weren't. So there's options in life, and Grey Wolf, speak to us about those options, brother.
Sure. Hey, hi. Very happy to
Hey,
be
man.
on call again and speaking to all the pirates. Yeah, so just kind of an overview of Polarity Exchange. It's a DEX, and as people may like to nitpick, what is a DEX? Well, it's just a decentralized form of exchange, right? And so if you look through the crypto space, there's actually very few that are running the same software. They all have their own implementations, and at the end of the day, with some great examples that I can point out, there's always going to be some level of a trust party during the initial setup of any of these systems. So for example, Thorchain suffered some pretty unfortunate hacks. And people would say, well, it was decentralized. How did that happen? It is decentralized, but you have to trust the code, right? Which was written by humans. So it just means that there's no technical support that can help you if it's entirely decentralized. And another great example would be like the DAO on Ethereum. And, they trusted code that wasn't so great, and it led to splitting Ethereum into a second blockchain. So yeah, just kind of with that out of the way, the technical base of how Polarity works is it's a fork of Waves. That technology is like about 5 years old at this point, and Waves has not suffered any hacks. One of the top priorities that software project had was, it wanted to aim to have resilient and closed smart contract systems. And so, Polarity runs on top of the Turtle network, which is a fork of Waves. So all the benefits of that, time-tested system are literally inherited, and you can see it all on the GitHub. There's lots of people that have been, like auditing the code and constantly watching the code over time. And so, yeah, basically what you get with Polarity is you manage your own keys. You wrap your coins when you deposit them, and then you can freely transact, and you can freely unwrap them at any time. There's no user restrictions from that point of view.
Nice. Thank you for the explanation, brother. Can somebody bring in Nutellalicka? He says he's raising his hand, but he can't get it. Nutella. Anybody know what Nutella is? Oh my God, this stuff is like crack. If you get the good stuff from Italy, not the stuff made in the United States. If you import the real Nutella, you'll notice the difference. One is shiny and one is not. One uses crappy ingredients and one don't. It's all cornstarch crap. How we doing? Is he in yet?
I clicked the approve button and it went gray, so I'm not sure.
Mine gives me like a red, no smoking sign, All right. Well, it can. So before it comes on, Nutellalicka. Anybody out there? I mean, I'm not sure if anybody's up to date with what NFTs are. Maybe Grey Wolf. Not maybe. I know Grey Wolf is the best. He's one of the reasons why I brought him on today is because he explains things the best. I mean, we went to the Cayman Islands, and the reason why I made him my tag buddy to come with me is because I've seen him explain things, and I think we make a good combination of bully and explainer.
Oh, definitely.
And right,
Got to go easier on me from now on, though. You're beating up on me too much.
I, I go up to people, I throw them the Brooklynese accent, and then you got the nice simple kid coming along and like, yo, I don't think you understand how this really works, right? And he explains it. All right, so I think
Sure.
we
So yeah, let me kind of dive into NFT real quick. So we'll start at the basics. Like where did NFT kind of really get popular? I don't really want to focus too much on the core origin story of tokenized, cards. I mean, if you really think about it, um, as it stands, like Bitcoin is kind of like a fungible token, right? And so what an NFT is, it means being non-fungible, that it's not divisible. You can't break it up into pieces of a pie and sell little pieces, right? It's one piece, and that one piece is unique. And so kind of the first iterations that, we're seeing a couple years ago were crypto kitties, which I'm sure everybody in here can remember hearing what crypto kitties was.
yeah,
It was
that's the
this fun
first.
Ethereum game. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was like the first of notoriety, and the idea was that you could use the Ethereum magic of smart contracts so that you could fairly mint these crypto kitties. And the idea was that there's this generative art system, and there are all these variations with different rarities, similar to like Funko Pops or Beanie Babies, right? um, and basically, people minted them, and it became, kind of the first NFT art project. After that, you had a lot of people that were doing kind of the similar thing, where you could get, mintable objects, and that happens to be one of the more popular forms of NFT today. But on the other side of the spectrum, you have, people that use NFT the same way that people used art in the past. So a lot of the popular stuff that I, for instance, follow are artists on like OpenSea or like with FND, basically these NFT platforms, which allow artists to not just publish their art in a convenient format, but a lot of these offer a very nice style kind of auction house effect, where people kind of can get advertisement on the auctions that they've put up, and artists kind of share in this environment. So after a person buys this NFT, the publisher gets commission from each subsequent sale after that. And so where NFT is really innovative is that in the real world, if you have a painting, once you sell this painting, the artist gets to earn what they earn, and then it's just kind of out in the wind. In the case of intellectual property, which is what art is, a lot of people like to license art, where someone can purchase a license and use this image commercially. And so where NFT gets interesting is it combines both of these worlds, where the artist is getting fairly compensated for the initial sale itself, right? Because they get to set the terms on that. And then the second part is that after it's been sold, even after it's moved into circulation, the original artist is still getting fees constantly from all these secondary sales. And so, outside of that, where it really kind of takes home the cake is that in the real world, they're specialists who their whole life job is to determine if something's real or fake, right? And you just don't have this in blockchain, because you can instantly see, just by looking at the artwork, who published that piece of art, and verify its authenticity kind of instantly, right? Where in the real world, you may have to risk the item getting damaged, sending it off to some person who's gonna authenticate it, and then put a arbitrary value on it that they determined.
right.
So it just cuts out a lot of the opaque processes that existed in the original kind of art world.
Very, very cool. Is that how? So welcome, Nutellalicka. Finally, we got him on, guys. Uh, he is. I'm not sure if he's in charge of the whole show there at Tokel, but maybe Nutellalicka, you could give us a brief description as to what Tokel is and how it works with NFTs, and then I could ask you some more stringent questions.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Sorry about the technical difficulties there. And I think Grey Wolf did a great explanation of, talking about some of the benefits of NFTs, but I really see them like bigger than just art as well, which he kind of hit on a couple of the key points there, which we can talk to later. But nice work like explaining it and simplifying it into an easy to understand explanation. But so Tokel, I'm a key contributor there. Basically, the whole idea around Tokel is to take Komodo existing technology and create a token-specific platform. So what does that mean? It means you can create NFTs, you can create tokens with a fixed supply on the platform. But unlike other token platforms, say like Ethereum, for example, we don't have smart contracts. We have smart UTXOs. And basically, a simple way of explaining that is that there's hard-coded consensus rules instead of hard-coded smart contracts. So you're interacting with the blockchain. It's all layer one features that we have, which is pretty cool. But we took Komodo existing technology. We've been working with the Komodo dev team to improve those crypto conditions, but we're focusing on tokens and all token features to try and give the Komodo ecosystem that token platform, but then also try to branch out into the wider crypto ecosystem there.
Isn't Komodo itself a token platform?
Komodo is it basically links chains together. So it's not a token platform. You can't create tokens on Komodo or like on the Komodo blockchain. What you can do is you can use Komodo technology to create smart chains, which are completely independent blockchains, which is what Pirate is and which is what Tokel is. So Tokel is created in the same way that Pirate was created as an independent blockchain or a smart chain that has its own.
Don't try to steal our thunder, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to relate it.
Where you're going with this?
So, but we've like Pirate did though. Like we've used existing Komodo technologies, and we're working close with those developers to try and improve the ecosystem as a whole by bringing towards like a dedicated token platform. So our blockchain facilitates creating tokens. You can send tokens to each other. You can sell tokens, and there's a whole bunch of features associated with that. So that's what our focus is on.
Nice. How many? So let's get to the nooks and crannies. How many coins? What's this IDO I hear about?
Yeah. So the coin, I guess tokenomics is what people call it, but it's actually a coin. So the coin is the blockchain facilitated coin. You use those coins to then create tokens. So it's important to know the delineation there. But the coin itself, there will be a total of 200 million coins when it's fully diluted. So again, similar to Pirate, again, similar to Komodo, we've got about the same total, like fully issued supply. The difference between Pirate and Tokel is that we've gone with a pre-mine, and people are going to freak out and be like, oh, it's a pre-mine. But the reason we've done that is so that we can put tokens out there for people to actually use. So we've created a whole bunch initially for two reasons. One is to get tokens out there into the community so that people can start creating now without having extremely high prices because there's a current low supply. Like that's not the intent. The intent is for people to go and use the coins to create tokens and create transactions on the blockchain. The other one is to facilitate ongoing development. So it was going to be inhibitive to go along with the mentality of raising funds as we go. So we've allocated 40% of the pre-mine towards the team, which we can then use for ongoing development. And that ongoing development also incorporates community bounties and incubations and generating projects that are using the platform. So across the board, that's how we're going to use it. And then 60%, so 60 million are going towards the community. 20 million are going towards initial adopters. So they were the ones that got the platform off the ground. 20 million are going towards early adopters, which is the IDO funds. So we can talk to the IDO shortly. And then we've got 10 million towards trading incentives and liquidity allocation, then 10 million towards incubation and that bounty allocation. So with the IDO, we're actually doing that at the end of the month, and we're using the Atomic Dex decentralized exchange. So again, a Komodo product there, trying to keep it all within the ecosystem. And we also believe in decentralized and maintaining
So, so,
access to your
so,
own.
so 100 million has been already minted? Is that what I
Yeah, so
heard?
that's the pre-mine.
And okay, and 80 million is going to the airdrop.
No, the 60 million going towards the community, and
60 million.
8 million are going towards the airdrop. So yeah, we also have an airdrop, which is if you hold Komodo, you'll get airdropped some Tokel coins.
Mm. So
And
I
that,
mean,
yeah, go
but
on.
isn't that it's? I know you want to get the whole token started and everything faster, quicker, so people could do NFTs. But is giving away the coins the best way to give it to people? Maybe there's a way that you could reciprocate and get them maybe to do a social media post or use it for incentivization so people could actually earn it instead of just it falling on their lap. That's just my opinion.
No, I completely agree. I've heard within the Pirate Discord here, people talk about that. When people get free money, they don't appreciate it as much as if they've actually had to earn it, which is kind of what you're talking about there, and I agree with that. The idea of the airdrop was part of the collaboration with the Komodo team and our partnership was that we agreed on doing that to incentivize holding Komodo. So Komodo has an overarching incentive to build within the ecosystem and reward people that are holding the coin. So the incentive that people are getting the coin for is for holding the Komodo coin and being a part of that ecosystem. So if you hold the coin, then you're, assumably a part of the ecosystem or have invested into the ecosystem, and therefore
I
you're
got
then gaining the benefit from that.
I got some Komodo. So what's the drop rate for everybody holding a Komodo? What's the drop rate? How
Yeah.
many
So
will they be gifted?
yep. So there's roughly 127 million Komodo in existence. So for every Komodo, I think I'm just doing quick math here. It's about one Tokel for every 16.66 Komodo that you hold.
Damn. So if you got 16,000, you got 1,000 Tokel.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, and that snapshot will be done within a week prior to the IDO. The reason we're not setting a specific date is again because the idea is to incentivize people that are holding Komodo over a longer period of time, and we don't want to just say, hey, it's happening on this exact time date, because then all people
I'm
are going
a
to do is going to buy it and then dump it straight
I'm a
after, which is not the idea.
I'm a pirate, bro. I'm gonna have to expose some secrets here. I'm sorry, but I'm
Yeah,
I- I'm my own man. No, there's no Komodo guys in charge of me. And I'm gonna
yeah,
say it.
no, that's fair.
I jumped into the Tokel Discord and I saw some mining going on, and I jumped in and I mined myself and I'm having some fun. And I just what's this? What is this, like a mine before like this goes off, or like what am I mining over here, bro?
Yeah, so you are mining Tokel. So the actual Tokel output starts off with one Tokel per block, and that'll happen for 8 weeks from the date we started the chain, and basically, or it'll happen for 80,640 blocks will be one Tokel output, and that's basically to reduce the output of Tokel until the IDO occurs. Because the way that the IDO occurs is that on atomic DEX, you have to have the blockchain running and you have to have transactions, because people have to, be able to receive those funds because they're holding the funds the entire time. So that's the way we've still incentivized miners by giving them a single Tokel per block reward, but we're not inflating the supply prior to the IDO. And then as soon as the 8,640 blocks are up, the block reward will jump up to 42.5, which was the original output. And then from there, every year after that, increases, the reduction will be about 23% every year. And you
Also,
can see,
so it's a bad time to mine with like 500 mega hashes.
yeah. I mean, if you really love the coin and that's what you want to do, then you can do that. But you definitely need to understand that the block reward will increase, and we've tried to put that information out there as much as we can, and it's within all the coin emission announcements. It's all listed there.
All right. Well, I like any proof of work coin. Um, see, there's a fun factor that a lot of those non-proof of work coins uh, don't get don't get to experience, and that's the joy of mining.
Yeah.
I got a Z9 mini, man. I threw on it, man. I got a regular Z9. It's like four minis in one.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
so I got a few machines on it at the moment. Um, my house is
I
getting hot as balls.
I haven't put my Z9 minis on actually. I should probably think about getting some.
Dude, it's a tiny little hash rate. I mean, it's not too much more than a few GPUs, right?
Yeah, yeah. I actually mined Pirate back in the day with some Z9 minis, which was pretty good, but I haven't turned them on since it became cost prohibitive.
Yo, me too, man. I was like, man, I'm only getting 5 a day. This is
Yeah.
bullshit.
When it was
Now look,
what, 3 cents or something.
yeah, exactly. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't live on 6 a day.
Yeah. Yeah,
Now
turn
look at
these
that.
things off. Too expensive.
Yeah, but, so tell us about your crew members. What kind of a team are we looking at over here?
Yeah, so the people that we've got within the team would be familiar with a lot of people around the KMD ecosystem as well as Pirate ecosystem for that. So you've got me kind of, corralling the really, really smart people. And then we've got our lead developer, which is Daria. She was brought on originally to help out with the Chips project. And she was a React developer that is doing all of our front end and our Tokel app, like our all-in-one application development. So she's leading the charge there. She has Aknebs is his Discord name. He's helping alongside her as well with the front end. And
Okay.
then for our marketing side, we've actually got Dream Tim. Tim's come on board to help us out, and you'd all be familiar with his work with Pirate, and he's doing exceptional work. It is
Oh
incredible.
man, he's a Greek sex machine. That guy.
How good? How do you know that?
Don't worry, I know that. I could tell. You come from the
I
same
bet.
European place.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, he's killing it with the marketing. Prior to bringing him on, I was trying to grip it up, and I'm not a marketer at all, so that was quite difficult.
He's a very structured marketer, right? So he loves structure. I'm the opposite of what he does. I love
Yeah.
chaos. I can't, if I see something in order, I'm just gonna take it out of order. Right? So I like chaos. I do. I'm attracted to chaos for some reason.
Yes, revel in it.
Like for example, you can see the R&D department, how chaotic that is. I mean, I like chaos. It's part of my life's obfuscation technique, right? So somebody even monitoring my life will be like, "Wow, this guy's nuts." Right?
Yeah, he's left and right and up and down.
Yeah, it was. So yeah, is there any privacy in the NFT world? I mean, is it, like I know that when you put an NFT on a ledger, right, and the whole world can see who owns that NFT, right? The price of that
Yep.
NFT was bought for and such. Um, is there a way to make NFTs private where I may have something valuable I may not want anybody in the world to know about, but if I want to sell it to one particular person, I can give them a key and prove to them that I do own it? Is there something like that in this world?
No, not that I'm aware of, unfortunately. I guess the whole thing with NFTs is it is proof of ownership, like you say. Like you need that ability to be able to prove that you own it. Otherwise, there's not necessarily any. Well, there is points owning it, but if your intent is to buy it to signify the ownership or hold it to signify the ownership, then you need to be able to signify the ownership. But no, to answer your question, no, I haven't heard of anything specific like that. It'd be interesting to see what we could come up with in the future once we get a little bit of funding and bring on a dedicated CC developer. But
I would look forward to something like that because I'm just a privacy freak, and any technical any innovation that comes out, I love that kind of stuff.
yeah, I'm really excited for R to get on Atomic Dex. That's going to be incredible. So really looking forward to that.
Man, I'm begging every Dex to add us. Don't you
Yeah.
see the way I'm whoring myself out there, bro? I'm just like please add us. Right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
recently a lot of them have come to me, and it's like, oh wow, like I guess they wish they listened at some point. I don't know.
yeah, yep,
But yeah, and guys, I don't know if you guys follow charts, but man, that chart is looking sexy. Uh,
yeah,
Nutella's like, yeah, I know, I've been looking at it all day,
yeah. I gotta stop
eating
looking at it.
Nutella,
It's making me go crazy.
eating Nutella over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll out of my house soon. What other aspects of NFTs can we cover? Like this is a token platform coming out. People will have a new way to post and sell their NFTs. Um, is there anything more unique about this platform than the regular Ethereum type platforms?
Yeah, I guess we can talk about the features that are on the Tokel blockchain. And I like to talk about Tokel project as two separate things. So we've got the blockchain and all the features that the blockchain has within it, like the layer one blockchain features. And then we've also got the all-in-one application, which is what we're developing on the side, which basically is just going to showcase all of those features. So some of the features we have is we have an inbuilt buy and sell mechanism. So on the chain, you can list your NFTs or tokens for sale on the chain, and people can look up those offers on the chain. They can also bid on the chain, and then there's a decentralized exchange that occurs all on chain. So you can buy and sell on chain, and basically what that means is that we have an inherent token DEX, and we also have an inherent NFT marketplace. So the difference between those two is just what one's being sold. So whether it's an NFT, it'll go onto the NFT marketplace because it has a supply of one, and any token that has a greater than supply of one will go onto the token DEX. But the mechanism for buying and selling is all the same. It's really quite easy, and it's awesome. You can just type in a command on command line, or in the future you can look in that application and it'll populate all of the offers and bids. So for example, if you hold a token in your wallet and I want that token and I'm happy to pay 100,000 Tokel for it, I'm just going to put a bid on chain, and then as soon as you open your wallet, it'll pop up and say like, hey, this person's offered 100,000 Tokel for your token, and you can be like, oh, actually, yeah, I do want to sell that token. All right, I'm going to hit sell, and then it automatically conducts that decentralized exchange. Then you have 100,000 Tokel, and then they receive that token, which is kind of really cool. Whereas
How do you know it's a serious offer? I mean, can they rescind the offer at any time, or if you just say yes, it's an automatic done deal?
Yeah, it's an automatic done. Basically, again, I'm not a developer, and the Dempsey and the KMD CC developers are the ones that know this like in and out. But you have to put that collateral up, and you don't have that whilst that bid is occurring. So you can cancel that bid and get your collateral back, or however much you're offering. So it's 10 Tokel. You have to put that Tokel up, and you can't use that Tokel until such time you either cancel it or the bid is accepted. So
Nice.
if the bid is there, it's good to go.
Now that collateral, where does that go? Like, is that a smart contract? Who holds? Collateral has to be held by somebody or something, right?
Yeah, I don't want to misspeak too much here, but if you do it for a token, so you're selling a token, your token will go to a global address, and that global address then holds that token. And then as soon as somebody pays the amount, which goes to the global address and then into your address, then that's when it'll disappear entirely, or you can cancel it and it comes back to your address.
That's really interesting, because like one of the drawbacks to building a site like localmonero.co, is the solution for that escrow. The website itself holds the escrow, and that's on the admins of that site to deal with the legalese problems of that, right?
Yeah.
But if we can make a local pirate, or I don't even care if it's called a local Komodo or whatever, something where we could trade pirate like they do on local Monero, using that same system. So look at the UI. I already have somebody in R&D that already replicated the UI for Pirate. But I think he got lost on the back end, even though he's still working on it. And it seems to work with web RTCs. That's a whole different rabbit hole. I can't get involved in. But
Yeah.
I think that technology you have, and I've said it before, and I've heard Gruel Satinder in the past, like explain Shirley, which is Dex P2P, and everything's pretty much relative there, right? Like I think that the UI of local Monero is like a perfect fit for the back end of Dex P2P, and how most of this operates, right?
Yeah,
Just a thought.
I've had
Just a
similar
thought of it.
thoughts. Yeah, I've had similar thoughts where you can Dex P2P to I mean, you can go and do subatomic swaps right now with the Pirate and KMD, and we've done that before. Like we proved that can occur. So yeah, you can definitely do that. Just going back to the NFT tech, it's crypto conditions, and crypto conditions are not currently available to Z addresses, which is why it currently isn't occurring with Pirate, which is unfortunate. And I don't know the specific development reasons as to why that's the case. So there's a question here from Cromwell that I'll just talk to. He says, or they say, what are some NFT use cases people have come up with besides selling images? I've heard about potentially buying, selling online game items, and that's exactly right. So my thoughts for NFTs is not just digital images. It's really, I think, digital images and digital assets and digital artwork and digital graphics, whether it's videos or music or whatever it is, audio. I think that is a really easy way for people to understand the use case of an NFT, which as we talked about is proving ownership over something, whether that's a digital asset or not, whether it's a real world asset or not. It's proof of ownership is what it is. So selling images is is quite easy to grasp, and the understanding is quite easy to wrap your head around. But then when you start branching it out and thinking about how it could be used elsewhere, it's awesome. It's absolutely epic. So the next step is that in video games. So video games can use NFTs as items. So any video game could do it. The economics of how they implement that into the video game have to be thought about. But you can have a game create an NFT when somebody receives an item, and then it goes to their wallet. So their wallet holds that item, and then they can go and use the on-chain order books, for example, on Tokel to buy and sell different items if they wanted to upgrade their characters or buy different items or look different, whatever. They can go do that in a decentralized fashion.
Oh wow, I had. And guys, if you create games, if there's any devs out there that want to participate and help Nutella, contact him.
Definitely.
Tell him you want to help him out. There's a lot of game developers out there. And if you create a game, guys, do me a favor, make it educational. I want to see a chess game that involves some betting of pirate, so whoever wins gets some pirate, or something that you can learn from. At least you learn strategy from chess, right? And I don't know how to grow. Make a game where you grow vegetables and see how successful you are. And I mean, make it educational, please. I implore you.
Yeah, definitely. If there are developing like indie game developers out there, definitely hit us up. We're looking at partnerships like that all the time because, as I said, that's the next step, right? That's where NFTs are going. It's currently where they are, and then the next step above that is thinking about physical world use cases. So stepping away from the digital use cases. So digital use cases, it's really quite a good solution to the digitized ownership problem and being able to prove that ownership, and then interacting with games online because you can prove that you have that in your wallet because it's in your wallet and you can prove that that's your wallet. The next one is bringing that into the real world. So the two examples that I like to use, and these are just two small ones, is that car manufacturer, for example, each car is individual. Each car has it was built on a certain factory line, was built with certain specs, was built with the specific engine, with the specific chassis, with the specific paint color. And what they do is they have a vehicle identification number that they stamp onto the car. That is in itself an NFT. So that's saying this one particular car is one of one. yes, you can go and sell it for, dollars or pirate or whoever, however you want to sell it, but it is one of one. So
Right. You
that
can't divide it into many pieces.
yeah, exactly right. Like you can divide the ownership by creating, you can say, hey, here's a piece of paper. Each piece of paper has, 5 pieces of paper. Each piece of paper has 1/5 of the ownership. Yep, you can do that potentially, but it's far easier to do that with tokens. But anyway, going back to the NFT part, is that
You're not going to break a statue and say one piece is
yeah,
for you and one piece is for you.
exactly right. So car manufacturers could stamp, instead of a vehicle identification number, that vehicle identification number could be a token ID on the Tokel blockchain that people can look up. They can type that in, or they can look at a little QR reader there, or whatever they want to do, and look in the Explorer and be like, oh, hey, yep, this is actually like a 1994 bloody Chevy Silverado or whatever it is. You know what I mean? They can prove that the token ID that's stamped on that car correlates to the data that's immutably written within the blockchain, which is really cool. So that's one example that I think is kind of easy to understand from an NFT's perspective. The way you can use that on the Tokel blockchain is that I can then list my car for sale, and if somebody wants to buy it, they're probably not just going to randomly buy it and send me the funds without actually seeing the car. So what you would do is you would go to the person, maybe you list it on a local marketplace or whatever. Instead of having to send them, bring a bag of cash, or you could probably send them ARRR if you want. Pardon me, if you wanted to, but you can list it for sale for a set amount. Then they come and have a look at it, and then you give them the keys, and then they press, buy, and basically they buy it, and then you've got the Tokel in your wallet, and they've got the NFT in their wallet, and they have the keys. So that's how you could do the exchange. Potentially
very
for
nice.
that, using the on-chain mechanisms that we have.
Let me give you a scenario. I have an old bayonet from the 1800s, right? And obviously it's the only one in existence. How would I go about selling that on Tokel, just to simplify this whole thing? How's that done?
So the act of actually finding a buyer is still on you, and there's still a process of going about that. Like right now, you still have to go out of your way to put it on Craigslist or whatever. But the underlying exchange mechanisms and the proofs of ownership is all handled by Tokel, if that makes sense. So you still need to list it somewhere. In the future, we'll have the NFT marketplace where you can just put it up for sale for a certain amount.
Like a directory?
Yeah, we'll have in our application, we'll have an NFT marketplace tab where you can look at it, and it'll have all of the NFTs, and you might have uploaded a picture onto the blockchain when you created that bayonet NFT. People are like, cool, I really want that bayonet. But again, they're not just going to purchase it, because they want to have physical ownership of it as well as the digital proof of ownership of it. So they want to contact you. So then you'll have to, you have to think about how you would do that in the real world. They need to get in contact with you, find out, where you're going to meet, get in communication with you for that physical trade, as well as the proof of ownership transfer, which is the on-chain transfer, as well as the dollars or the Tokel for trade there.
Cool. I'm gonna post up a picture here inside the Pirate Discord. So I'm sorry, people out there on Float, probably can't see it. I'll put it on my Float later.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
So you guys could see what the wallet looks like. You can see how many I've mined so far. I'm not sure if I should have made that public. You bad pirate.
Yeah, bad pirate. Doxing yourself.
Pirate.
Doxing your Tokel wallet.
I know. That guy's definitely got 3,500 coins.
He's a whale. He's a fucking whale.
He's a goddamn whale. That guy, I've seen it. I saw him pre-mine 3,500. He even posted it.
The other use case that I am really, really interested in is for ticketing. So another kind of easy concept to grasp for ticketing is that, say there's a stadium of 50,000 seats, and that stadium wants to sell their own tickets. What they can do is they can create a token that has 50,000, a supply of 50,000. So there's 50,000 individual divisible tokens within that one overarching lot of data. So they type in, the name of it is, Pirate Festival 2022. And you go, cool, that's the name of it. The supply, 50,000, because there's going to be 50,000 seats that are for sale. And the description is, Pirate Festival 2022, we're going to hold it in this stadium of 50,000 people, and it's going to have X, Y, and Z. And then people can list those for sale for a set amount, right? And then what people do is they go, oh, cool, I want to go to the Pirate Festival 2022. All right, I'm going to purchase that one token. So now I have one seat at that event.
That's awesome.
Or they could go, hey, I want 5 tokens, can purchase 5 seats. Okay, cool. I've purchased my 1 token. All I have to do is when I rock up at the gate, I have to show them my wallet that has that immutable proof of ownership that I purchased 1 ticket. What that then facilitates.
We're gonna be working together soon, bro, because I want to do events all over the place. So,
yeah.
So our own events. I don't want to attend any more people's events. I want my own.
Yeah. Definitely. And what we can also do is what Grey Wolf talked about earlier is Tokel has a royalty feature that we put on. So any on-chain transactions that occur, you get that royalty percentage back into the creator, so the person that created the NFT's wallet. So what you can do is, ticketing companies can lower the overhead initial price of the ticket, but then they can incentivize second and third party markets buying and selling those tickets because there's an incentive there for the tickets to change hand multiple times prior to the event because they're getting a royalty. So it's not, people talk about scalpers and that sort of thing, and there's a whole different discussion with that. But the second hand ticket market, it's second hand, but it's not really because it's a digital ticket. Is incentivized there because the original ticket owners can, get royalties from doing so.
Oh, and yeah, well, there's a guy who says ask if the contact info for the item could be the wallet address to contact sellers.
If the contact info could be the wallet address. Yeah, so
sure.
You're saying like if you want an email or something like that and your email was your wallet address. At the moment, that's not a possibility, but along the same vein, I've reached out to one place that does like URLs. So the NFT is a URL. I really like that concept as well. So that you can create an NFT on Tokel or wherever, and then you can only use the the URL associated with that token if you hold that token. So you have to purchase the URL. You have to purchase the token in order to use the URL. That's another pretty cool use case.
All right, very cool, very good.
There's a person down here that says, to be honest, this NFT stuff to me sounds like a huge fad. And I think I've heard it in like multiple podcasts before where people people are buying NFTs but they don't really understand what they are and what they do. They're just buying it because they think it's going to go up in price, and I think that sort of stuff is going to be a fad. What I'm like super interested in, what I really want to like incubate within the Tokel platform is not that style of NFT. I want people to actually use NFTs, whether it's in a video game or with a real world asset, or a company incorporates it into their rewards mechanism. So instead of having frequent flyer points, you get frequent flyer tokens. I want people to use NFTs and tokens for those use cases. I really like the idea of digital assets and digital artwork, being an NFT. So I'm not gonna say, hey, don't do that. But I think where the real growth is going to occur is in all of those actual use cases where people can interact with the NFT when they own it.
A friend of mine, Ken Bozak, man, he's like proof that these NFTs are like exploding like a big fad. He's a big on the NFT scene. It's definitely a bubble, but I really think it does have its use case, right? So what you're hearing here is the actual use cases of an NFT, not just the whole fad popularity part of it. They're I have a mushroom that looks like a monkey, and it's a hologram, and it's I'm the only one that's got it, and I made it last night in my basement. So I mean,
Yeah.
so nobody really knows what they're buying. I mean, I've seen people decorate sneakers and put sneakers as NFTs on up, and I mean, I've seen pictures for sale.
Yeah. I
By
I think
themselves. So
like
it's definitely
yeah, I think it is becoming exhausting because of the specific focus about around like the investment side of buying and selling artwork. But
I seen I seen this
buying and
guy
selling
go
artwork is
around.
very risky.
I seen this guy go around with his camera and show me an NFT that was 3D, like right there in front of me on his camera, but I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. Only he was able to see it from the coordinates. You know,
Yeah, right.
there's some really cool stuff going on in the NFT world. Technically,
Yeah.
but you guys got to take that fad thing with a grain of salt. Everything's a fad. Master nodes, staking, everything was a fad at some point, but they all have their value somewhere.
I mean, to be fair, how many coins can you name that have been created that are just not, they don't exist or they're not maintained anymore? Similarly, with blockchain in itself, I argue that initially it was misused. Early claims that got me into crypto were, we're going to bank the unbanked. We're going to
Right? Me
change the
too.
world.
We're gonna be
And
private.
what I saw was just a lot of people making a lot of money, making coins and making a lot of coins. So for me, I personally see NFT really in the earliest stages of its technology life cycle. I think I agree with Nutella that some of its biggest use cases that will give it notoriety will probably come from video gaming, because if you look at the esports industry, games like Counter-Strike or Rainbow Six, their in-game economies are huge. Skins are a very, very popular industry, especially for gamers, and there are websites where you can bet skins and do all kinds of things like that. So I agree that the art may be receiving too much of the attention, and the technological advantages are not receiving enough of the attention or utilization.
Right. Like
100%.
proving
And
that,
I'll
like proving things
segue from
exist.
that.
Mhm. Go ahead. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Sorry, mate. I'll segue from that. Like I've talked to some video game developers and just discussed, what their thoughts are on developing on blockchain. And the overwhelming challenge that they face is blockchain time, so waiting for settlement, uh, and interacting with the blockchain whilst the video game is going on. So the skins economy is not such a big drama, but when you start talking about different items that have that are changing hands rapidly or something like that, they can't wait 1 to 10 minutes for a block to finish transacting, or they can't run a full node to run the entire chain in order to play the game, because at a certain point that becomes unsustainable, and the person doesn't want to have to sync a full node in order to just play their game. So what Tokel has that other projects don't have is NSPV technology, which is a KMD specific tech. And without going into the weeds, basically it creates this super light client. So I don't know, Lootz, you've used our application that uses NSPV tech. How quick is it to access your funds and start trading without without running a full node?
It's totally awesome, man. I have the QT as well, where I was playing around with the CPU mining, but this it opens up just like a brain wallet, right? Like old school brain. They used to call it brain wallets.
Okay.
You just put in your phrase or your seed, and boom, it's open and it's done. I was questioning how secure that might be. Actually, is that how secure is that?
Yeah, so we've had CA 333 conduct an overview of the application code, and Daria's one of Daria's developers, Aknabs, has a background in security, so they're both super switched on, and it's
Okay,
open source technology, so
dude.
we're always
All you had to say was CA 333, man. I know that guy.
yeah
He's if anybody, if I were to ask anybody in the environment to look at it, it would be him.
yeah
Him
definitely
or possibly Mr. Lynch.
yep
There's a few of them in there, but he's. I find I know he looked at it. I know we're good to go. People are going to probably later on tell you to do a peer review like they did to us.
Yeah. That's completely understandable, and I'm all for that, right? Like, it's open source
Mm.
technology, and I'd love people to have a look at it and make sure that we're doing the right thing, being as secure as we possibly can. So the
and
to go.
and that being
Oh yeah,
and that being said, even peer reviews have their faults, right? You don't know
yeah,
who's actually reviewing it, and you don't know how talented they are and skilled they are. And honestly, I trust our devs a lot more than any random stranger out there that says he knows how to peer review code.
yeah. So our application uses that NSPV technology, and so at the moment it's just the coin wallet. But what we're currently doing and in the process of, and the developers that actually have tested with the Tokel test coin, is using tokens over NSPV. So creating the difficult crypto condition transactions and then broadcasting them over this NSPV technology. So it's really quite cool. It basically the the layer level, or a small layer level understanding of NSPV is you create the transaction on your local device, you sign it on your local device, and then you're using this. You just broadcast those transactions through any full node on the network. So you just send the hex code of a signed transaction to any node on the network, and then they broadcast that signed transaction for you onto the actual blockchain.
Now the popularity of mobile is still growing these days. How adapt are you guys to mobile? Can I
Yeah.
upload an NFT from my phone?
No, not at the
Once I
moment.
take it
So we're like really quite early. We only launched the chain under a month ago now. I think it is, so about 4 or 3 weeks ago actually. So we've got the blockchain features that we currently wanted to have in Inception. They're ready to go. People can interact with them using a full node. We've got the token application, which I said, which will eventually showcase all those features, but that's currently desktop only, and that's our focus at the moment. We're going to try and have that feature complete towards the end of the year. That's our goal, so that anybody can just download that application, and then they can use the coin wallet, the token wallet, the token dex, the NFT marketplace, and we're also going to have a single page where people can create their own tokens right there in their own application, their own wallet. What PBCA 26 has done, who's one of the Komodo developers working with us, they've created a web-based NSPV wallet, which is really cool, which uses tokens as well. So that was a proof of concept that they created, and we are definitely going to look into to expanding on that and creating on top of that, which will then allow for mobile.
Is that the one I'm using here?
Which one? The one you sent a picture of?
Yeah.
No, that's our all-in-one application. So that is
okay.
the application that we're creating. So as you can see, it says Dex and NFT Marketplace down the side. That'll eventually have another page, and those features will.
It's very fast. It's actually very fast, guys. It's very sexy looking. Coloring is beautiful. I mean, all I see is a UI at the moment, so there's really not too much to comment on. But it is fast. I did notice. I'm not sure if it's a bug or not, but it does time out very quickly. If you leave it open too long, you have to go out and then go back in again.
Yeah. So
I don't. Not a bad thing in my opinion, because I would rather no packets going in and out. But if normal users will be like, oh, I got to keep logging into it.
yeah. So we.
Maybe a time to live issue or something.
Yeah, we've actually resolved that issue with the latest release that should be coming out either today or tomorrow. It's just a small release that we're doing, and basically you'll have a little light at the top, like on the top bar, and it'll say NSPV, and it'll be green or red. And when NSPV times out, which is usually what occurs, you can just click that, and it'll reboot NSPV, and then you don't have to log in again. Or you can decide to turn NSPV off if you don't want packets coming in. Click it, it goes red, the application still stays open, but there's no communication going through.
Very cool, very cool. Yep, that sounds cool. I just noticed it. I thought I'd let you know.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, let's take some questions from the crowd because it's getting late. We've gone an hour now. So who do we got here? Did Cax leave us? Cax is gone. All right, guys, raise your hands if you got questions, and I'll start clicking on the hands once I see them. And if you don't have questions, we could can end it here.
I'm excited to go through your pirate NFT art contest. I think that's incredible, and there's been some really cool artwork that's been created already.
Oh man, yeah. Have you seen them, dude? I can't believe how talented people are. I mean,
Oh, it's nuts, right?
we got people in the community with that kind of talent, and we haven't been using it. You know, are you
Yeah.
guys crazy? We had to start talking about NFTs for you guys to come out of the woodwork.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
guys.
Yeah.
Hey,
So I have a question for Lootz. Are there any plans
married,
to
bro.
add cross-chain dexes to Pirate Chain?
Cross-chain dexes.
Yeah, like Thorchain
atomic.
or
Yeah, atomic dex. We said earlier, atomic dex will most likely be like the first people that do that because they've successfully done atomic swaps with Pirate and Komodo. So they most likely will be the first to do what you want. We also have Cordal working on it. We have BT Dex is a semi Dex, which is we're already there. If you can figure out how to use it, it's just too complicated at the moment. I'm sure we'll see more and more Dexes as they come to light. And we find the more streamlined way of implementing Pirate because the hardest part of adding atomic swaps to anybody's decks is getting the porting and the implementing it into their technology. That's not an easy thing to do, especially a lot of these blockchains, they're written in different codes, right? So we need talented developers to come in and do that. At the moment, we do have them, and they're in Komodo. And I was told long ago that they're working on an actual pirate decks as well coming. So and I look forward to it. And if you guys out there, if you don't know about atomic decks, you should know about atomic decks. Atomic decks, just a little while ago, had a lot of fun about KYC and baloney, which a VPN solves very simply. That Dex could be forked into any project. And I've seen, I think, Marmara, right? Marmara Dex has a pretty cool Dex without those restrictions. And Nutella, you're probably going to have a similar Dex, right? Using the same type of code in, I'm guessing, because you're part of Komodo, right? So
Yeah,
it'll be like Atomic Dex.
Yeah, we're gonna stick with atomic decks for now. But
Yeah.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and incorporate the NFT marketplace into a common atomic decks in the future, which will be pretty cool. So you might be able to purchase NFTs directly with ARRR. Will be the thing that we'll work towards.
That's awesome. So yeah, I've been waiting 10 years. I don't know about you, Nutella. I've been waiting a long. Like when I first got in Komodo, man, that was so many years ago.
Yeah.
But I got into Komodo because they were gonna have a decentralized exchange. I'm still here, bro. and
Yeah.
and you know what? So is Komodo, and they're still working on it, which you got to give them that. Because most of the projects back in the day that touted that they were gonna do this, they're long gone and dead.
Right, I'm still around. Thanks for the question. Did that answer?
All right. Yeah, thanks a lot. I'm actually working with Shapeshift to get Pirate Chain added, and this is one of the questions they asked me. So
Nice.
Okay.
appreciate the opportunity to ask. Thank you.
Oh, very
Real
cool. Very
quick,
cool. Thank you.
Eero, if you're in communications with them, you can also suggest they look into Polarity because Pirate Chain's integrated with that DEX network.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Polarity, brother. I'm sorry. Why don't you
Okay.
tell us about how your Dex works?
Oh, I gave an introduction earlier, so you can have the viewers just check the intro later. But all the documentation and APIs are available, so it can be hooked into by any service or any exchange or really anyone looking to provide or access liquidity for Pirate Chain.
Very cool. Very cool.
Okay, that sounds great.
Hey, brother. Thank you for coming.
All right. See you later.
All right, guys. Any more? Raise your hands now, or forever hold your pieces of 8.
Hey, Lootz. Wookiee's here.
Oh, where you been, Mike?
Hey,
My
bro.
the doctor is in.
I just want to give a shout out, a plug for the Pirate NFT contest that Zulu and I are sponsoring and conducting. So there's been lots and lots, as you just said, there's lots of fantastic artwork out there, and we kind of knew that from all these, from the recent months. So this is something we see as a community can give back to Pirate, right? So as we stated in the channel, 70% of all initial sale proceeds will all go directly to Pirate, and then the rest, I forget now, some percent will go to the artists, and then the rest will go to paying the cost of gas fees and such. And then there's the perpetual royalty also. The artist will get perpetual royalty, and so will Pirate's marketing fund. So this is something, in a sort of way where we're donating our own R as the prize pool, and also this is a way for the community to give back to Pirate's marketing efforts. One other thing I wanted to add. Oh yes, so picture graphics, videos, GIFs are all good. If it comes with sound, that's even better, and we're throwing in extra 50R for any winner that has sound attached with the graphics. So send away. We've got some fantastic work already. So based on that, I mean, we have some amazing winners already.
Oh man, can I throw out another one?
Sure.
Dude, I will give 500 pirate to anybody that makes the awesomest Legend Lootz NFT. And I have no art. I don't know how to draw. Actually, that's not true. When I was young, I was really good, but now I don't know how to draw anymore. So I mean, you guys are. I love seeing artists, man. They're what they do is amazing. The way they bring things to life, it's amazing. I appreciate all artists. You got that, guys?
We've got lots
Yeah.
of artists. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Maybe you could do the Legend Lootz NFT contest right after this one.
Yeah, maybe after we do the pirate one, we can do one for all the first mates and captains.
Yeah, that would be awesome. The best one for Drake, and the best one for Fishy, and the best one for Cax, right? And the best one for the Dr. Wookie, right? Yeah.
Love it. Hey, Lootz, I got to get out of here. So I really appreciate you guys having me on. And if anyone wants to find out any more information about Tokel, definitely join our Discord. Have a look at our websites, just tokel.io. We're really trying to build that community and that community spirit, and trying to get everyone around, understanding where NFTs can go, not just where they are, but where they can go in the future, and trying to build from there. So we're all part of the ecosystem. So we're going to try and give back as much as we can.
Hell yeah, dog! And guys, I think Demonoid is the mining pool that's open at the moment. If you go just join Tokel Discord, is there an easy link to join, or just go to the website tokel.io and click the Discord link?
Yeah,
and
thanks very much for having me.
No problem, brother. Love you, man. I've known Nutella for years now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
He's my vinyl sticker man. He's my email, my mail technology. You're amazing, man. You've been around a long time. You contribute when you can, and I see what people do over time.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
It's good to chat again. We'll talk to you all later.
All right, brother. Love you, man. Laters.
All right, peace.
Yeah, so Tokel.io, guys, check it out. Jump in their Discord. They do have one mining pool up at the moment where you could secretly mine a few coins, man. Why not? You see, I got 3,500. Why not, right? Just throw your GPU on it. Why not? Do it. What's it take? An hour of your time to make a couple dollars a day? Who knows where it goes, right? Because we don't mine for today. We mine for tomorrow. That's the saying in mining, right? We don't mine for today. Everybody mining for today is not making money. They're just selling, and they're not really. They're paying through the electricity. You mine for tomorrow, all right, guys? We also, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but the fundraiser for war is finished. So it's on, right? War has started. Pirate is going to war, and we're gonna be joining the whole DeFi world, apparently. The whole craze and hype going on over there. So it's what I'm excited about is the adoption it's going to be able to give us. being able to work with casino games, as you see with, with Drake, and being able to, go into all these other exchanges we were never able to go to before because they were only solely token exchanges. Now you'll be able to see Pirate there as well, whatever those DeFi exchanges are. I personally never even opened an Ethereum wallet. I mean, I have a couple times with MetaMask, but I hated it so much. I don't even want to touch it. But that's my personal view, right? I'm not a token guy. I like real chains. And I like real technology. I'm not saying it's not real, but it's a world I typically don't like to dive in. On the other hand, you got Ray Wolf here, who is a professional at this DeFi stuff, and really amazing at explaining it. Actually, if you're still here, Wolf, can you explain how the Wrapped Pirate is going to work real quick, and maybe some benefits so people could look forward to it?
Sure thing. Some of the greatest benefits, in my opinion, will be the exposure. Being wrapped onto a large main chain, similar to like Ethereum, is going to expose you to their entire user base and audience. So, there are over 10 million users of Ethereum, to my understanding. And that's just a tremendous market. You can also look at the volumes for decentralized exchanges. You can look at the volumes for decentralized lending protocols. And it starts to paint a picture of where Pirate Chain can really expand to. You obviously want to get as much of a market share as you can, so that means appealing to as many audiences as you can. The actual system will be very straightforward and easy to use, should be very well labeled.
Okay, yeah, and it does have its marketing aspects, which are extremely beneficial. Probably all the marketing guys are really excited for War coming out. I haven't spoke to Dream Team in a while, but I have to catch up with him. Thanks for that explanation, guys. War is going to be something amazing. I hope there's no problems with this. So just cross your fingers when it comes out and it goes live. There's no issues, and and then from there on we go on as the other coins do, right? There's a wrapped Bitcoin, there's a wrapped Ethereum. I think there's like a wrapped everything now, right? So jump in the technology, guys. Learn the technology. The tech is good stuff. Not all tech has to be 100% private. All right, so I am a big privacy freak. I love anything private, but not everything has to be private, right? So NFTs probably would not be private, even though I would love to see, somebody build what I explained earlier. That would be freaking awesome. But all in good time. Baby steps. We got to build the little things before we can make bigger things, right? All right, guys. Any other questions out there? Raise your hand and keep them raised. All right, I think we're good, man. I think we've covered everybody's questions. Thank you for coming on today, Wolf. You're amazing. Cax, thanks, and Wookie. And I'm not sure if Cax is going to come back here or not to do the exit. But get back here, Cax. We're ready. We're ready to close, guys. Thanks for coming today. Remember Tokel.io and Polarity.exchange is your safest place to buy Pirate because it's non-custodial. Right, you hold your coins at all times. Keep in mind that trade over. You might be having fun on that exchange, or any centralized exchange. I don't want to point any out specifically, but at any point in time, these exchanges could collapse. Could some theft could happen. Some hack could happen. I mean, don't sit there and wait around for that to happen. Don't leave your coins on an exchange ever. We've all known this for 10 years. New people, you should know this too. You never leave your coins on an exchange, especially a large amount. And just be careful, guys. All right, be careful out there, everybody. This is Lootz. I love you all. Signing out.
was a ship that put to sea, and the name of the ship was privacy. The winds blew hard and fear dipped down, blow me, crypto boys blow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. She not been but 2 years from shore when her value it began to soar. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take those bankers in tow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. No chain was cut, no block was freed, and the captain's mind was not on greed, but he belonged to the pirates' creed and took those bankers in tow. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. For fear days to be no more, the crypto sank, then rose once more. Coins were lost, yet we do endure, and still that system did go. Soon may the pirate chain come to bring us crypto, gold and rum. One day when the system is done, we'll take our treasure and go. As far as I've heard, the fight's still on, the chains don't cut, and the block's not gone. We pirates make our regular call, we're with the captain, the crew, and all.